What's up, everybody? We back here in what I call the shade gardens and my little orchard alley here. What we doing? Garlic. Get your garlic in the ground, people. Wait a minute. I had loosened this up. So, ooh, this blackberry. Oh, let me tell y'all something. Ouch about blackberry. Them doggone thorns. Anyhow, snail. I had loosened. That blackberry is going all the way around the world. I had loosened this up some previously. I always have a lot of roots growing this, y'all. Now, I will admit this. When you plant up under any types of trees, a lot of times them tree roots, they do want to grow up in your beds, but see that? What I do is, if you keep this soil loose enough and you go through here enough, the roots never really get a chance to establish themselves. So yeah, anyway, I got this kind of loosened. I'm just kind of loosening it a little bit more. Look at that, more blackberry. I'm gonna be honest, I think a lot of this is more blackberry than anything else. So anyhow, that's that. We got a lot of that ripped out. So get all these limbs and leaves and twigs and sticks and all right, now back to what we was doing. It's garlic planting time, y'all. If you live in a south warmer climate, start getting your garlic together and plant it. Do not wait any longer. This garlic needs a little cold to make it actually turn into a head. Y'all see how I'm just randomly laying this out. I'm sorry, y'all probably ain't seen nothing, but y'all see I got the cloves laying on top of the ground, pointy side up. I don't plant my garlic real far apart. This is actually, remember that pink garlic that I harvested not long ago? That's actually what this is. You're probably saying, well, you just harvested that, you ain't gonna use it. Most of my garlic did not come with pink, and I actually prefer the pink garlic. So I got that planted. Now we're gonna go to the other side. I prefer the pink garlic, so I'm gonna plant all of those instead of using them so that I have more heads of it next year. Okay, y'all? So that's kind of how, I mean, you can see it's still wood chips kind of on top of this bed. This is poke. But I had kind of loosened this up a while back and leaves fell on it. But for those of y'all that don't know, long time ago, well, what was it, 6 months ago? 6 to 9 months ago, I filled all of these with straight wood chips. And this is what's in it now. Straight wood chips, nothing else. And y'all see how the wood chips broke down. Well, I say wood chips, but it really was like pieces of wood, broken down log. But same concept. I do got some tree roots growing up in here. I did have some of my compost, which was pine straw. That's what that is. A lot of leaves have fallen on this from the fall. And I just let them, y'all. Like I said, but you can see how pretty the dirt is. But I'm just kind of reaching in here. Tree roots tend to grow in this, and the tree roots will cause it to be kind kind of like it's compacted, but it's not. It's just the tree roots that's holding everything together. But you can see why the trees would want to grow in it. A lot of that's tree roots. That's why that's holding together so well. So I got some more pink garlic in my pocket. And I'm going to plant it. And then once I get it all planted, I will water it in. This is not rocket science. I do not like worry about how close it's planted and all that kind of, I don't worry about none of that. Don't worry about none of it. Because ultimately, this garlic is not going to get that big. It doesn't have a huge root system. This too was all wood. You can see some of the wood chips still in it. Some of the wood pieces like the bark and stuff. But you can see how pretty that broke down. I'm going to fill those beds up. I got peppers coming. So this is video 1 of the Shade Chronicles. I planted garlic. You just seen me do it in them too. But I wanted to demonstrate to you for those talking about, oh, you can't grow in shade. These tomatoes are twice the size of when I planted them. I think those might be twice the size too. But no, they don't get full shade all day long. But most of the day they get shade. And you know, they get a little filtered sunlight as well. There's some worms in here. When y'all see this dirt looking like this, all pebbly, that lets you know worms is in there real good. These leaves though, there we go, there's one. See? But yeah, this ain't nothing but straight worm castings. Look at that. Straight worm castings. There's a tiny little garlic. I did have garlic in here. I probably missed that one. There's another one. Tiny little bulbs. I planted some really small garlic. You know, they tell you don't plant the little stuff. And I see why. It doesn't really get that big. Look at this. I'm telling you, when your dirt looks like that, all those little, has that pebbly look, straight worm casting. And this was all wood chips when I put all this in here. The worm's been working this. But can y'all see what I'm talking about when I say it looks kind of pebbly like? Cause see, here's another worm. So yeah. So this is some really fertile stuff back here. And like I said, all I did was take wood and put in there. Let me try to show y'all for the new people. For the new people. Maybe I can find some. This is a wood pile. I had a tree cut down about 3 years ago. There we go. Show y'all. So, let me see here. This is better. But you see, all that little sawdusty like stuff. When these trees, when they break down, they turn into some pretty stuff. I can't really find. Here we go. I mean, they basically, there's something in there. Probably a worm. Y'all see that moving? That's one of them big old beetle looking things. Those things are hideous looking. But y'all see that? That's pretty much soil already. Y'all see that? And when this wood is a little bit more wet and it's been raining more, as y'all can see, yeah, here we go. You'll find worms in this stuff too. You have to be careful though, because sometimes it's spiders. But look at there. See? As soon as I said that, he's living right in here breaking this stuff down. But you see this? See the mushrooms growing? If you think mushrooms don't break stuff down, it's worms in here, mushrooms in here. I don't like these things, but let me show it to you. Can y'all see that gray big old thing there? I have no clue what that is. I call them scarab. What's some things in Egypt? Them scarab bugs that they used to find in the tombs. But you see how this was wood, but you see how, and this has a consistency of like a sponge now because it's breaking down so much. So that's that. The only thing is the heartwood of oak, it don't really break down. So you get the sap. The sap wood will break down in the nice wood for you, but then when you start getting to the middle, it starts slowing down. So if y'all wonder why I got them wood piles, that's why they're there. Because slowly but surely I let this stuff break down, and then I pick through it. Well, I don't pick through it. I put the wood, all the wood particles. Eventually it all turns to dirt. But you can see how far broken down some of it is already. So that's why I tell people to not cut their trees down. This was a huge log at one point in time. It's still pretty hard. That's all heartwood though. This is a huge log up under all these brambles. That's hard in the middle. But y'all can see all this sapwood. And this stuff is the consistency of a sponge. When you put this in your beds, it will hold water like no other. And it will, this big one's breaking down nice too. It'll hold water. And then let me show y'all, see if I can, y'all see all this right here? I'm reaching in here. Y'all see all that? That's mycorrhiza. So that's basically the roots of mushrooms. And they grow into wood and help break it down. And so that's why I never have to buy mycorrhiza. So these all the, this is kind of breaking down. This is, a lot of this is still wood, but it's really soft. You can see right here, there's something moving in there. I don't know what that is. Like I said, you have to be careful. Sometimes the spiders up. But this time, it was a red wiggler. So you see all that? That's more or less dirt already. So what I'll do is I usually hit that stuff with an axe, a hammer, whatever. Get all that out. All the hard stuff I leave. This is pine. That's heartwood. That's old growth pine. That probably never break down. It's got so much resin in it. That's the last of my wood from the Core Wood Challenge. Some of it I used in the garden. Some of it I barbecued with. Let me show y'all this. It was wood on top of this tarp. You can see his plants growing in it now. But can y'all just see how this basically has turned to soil? And this got to come out of here. This is one of the rhizomes for that noxious vine that I hate. But y'all look at how pretty that is. All this was wood. It was all wood. Every last bit of it. And I'm telling you, you won't get no prettier dirt that's that loose. And that'll aerate. See how these pieces look? But if I go down up under that, and this is moist, y'all. This ain't dried out, and I ain't watered this. And it ain't rained in over a week. Look at this. Look at that big one. Look like snakes, don't they? So that's how you, so you know, that's all. He been down in there eating. That's his worm casting. So if you can, leave your wood, let it break down. Let the worms eat it. Let it get rained on. Let it do all that. I got this tarp here. I'm going to use this probably first. But you can see how much stuff is growing in it. All this Virginia creeper. I'm going to pull all that out of there. But, and use that. Because I got some beds I need to fill up. And that bark and stuff will break down. You can put that in your beds and it'll break down. So, once again, this is for all my new subscribers that are unfamiliar with how I do stuff and what I grow in. But yeah, this is episode 1 of the Shade Chronicles. I just wanted to show y'all you can grow in shade and give you a couple of other little tips. Go ahead and get your garlic in the ground now. It's gonna need the coolness, and it's gonna stay in the ground all the way until about May of next year. So yeah, y'all don't mind all this. I got rogue blackberries. I'm trying to decide. I think I want to make an arbor or something for these rogue blackberries to grow on. Either that or I'm gonna weed eat them down. All that's blackberry. All this stuff is blackberry. And then I got a poke plant over there, poke salad over there. But all this is blackberry. So yeah, that's how it goes. So blackberries will grow anywhere, y'all. They'll grow in the shade. They'll grow in the sun. They'll grow anywhere. I didn't get this one down. Put that one down, and I gotta water them in. All right, y'all. So till next time. See you guys later.